Hello, right? Assalamualaikum and very morning, girls. Right? Okay, so today we are going to continue our chapter 1, organization of the plant tissues and growth. Yeah, with the second subtopic, which is meristematic tissues and growth. Right? Okay, so let's take a look on the learning standards. Yeah. So what is the learning standard that you are going to cover for today? Yeah. Okay, number one, you have to identify the types and parts of the tissue involved in growth. Right. For the second one, describe position of zone of cell division, zone of cell elongation, and also a zone of cell differentiation in where? In shoot and also root, right? Okay, that is number two. Okay, number three, you have to identify zone of cell division, zone of cell elongation, and zone of cell differentiation in seed radicle. Instead radical, right? Okay, and then number four, describe type of the growth. Yeah, so there are two types of the growth, primary and secondary growth. And number five, justify the necessity of the primary growth and secondary growth. Then number six, compare and contrast between primary growth and secondary growth, right? So we are going to discuss if time is enough, right? In number seven, assess the economic importance of plants that have undergone secondary growth. Okay, so now let's go to the meristematic tissue. So what is a meristematic tissue? Yeah, meristematic tissue or actively dividing tissue. Yeah, actively. The key words here is actively dividing. Okay, so when it involves the dividing tissue, so the process involved is mitosis. So you should state the word is by or through mitosis. Okay, again, what is a meristematic tissue? It is a tissue that are actively dividing. Yeah, actively dividing. Okay, by what process? By mitosis. So this meristematic tissue is or undifferentiated tissues. Yeah, so this tissue is still not undergo differentiation, and these tissue are responsible for growth. Right. So, if for growth, the tissue involved here is meristematic tissue. Okay, again, what is meristematic tissue? It is a tissue that actively dividing. Yeah, by what process? By mitosis. Okay, so what you can see from the video here, it is referred to the seed germination. Yes, seed germination, so whereby the plant grow started from the seed. Yeah, the seed germinate. Okay, it will develop the plumule, the radicle, and then it will develop the shoot and also the root. Alright, okay, so this is referred to the growth. Okay, next we go to the types of the meristematic tissue. Okay, there are two types of the meristematic tissue. Okay, what are they? Apical meristem and also lateral meristem. Yeah, apical and lateral. Apical, okay, where is the location of the apical meristem? It is located at the tips. Yeah, at the tips of the plant shoots and roots. What does it mean by tips? Okay, tips ni, okay, look at the diagram here. This is referred to the tips. Tips ni adalah hujung, ya. Di bahagian hujung, okay, hujung, pucuk dan juga hujung pada akar dia, ya. Right, tips of the shoots and also roots. Okay, whereas the lateral meristem tissue, okay, lateral refer to the side meristem, yeah. So that tissue that consists of vascular cambium and cord cambium. Yeah, vascular cambium and cord cambium. So this is referred to the stem of the plant. So in the stem of the plant, there are lateral meristem. So this lateral meristem consists of what? Cord cambium and also vascular cambium. Okay, so this lateral meristem will cause the increasing in the diameter of the stem and diameter of understand. If apical meristem, it is located at the tips and or the tips of the shoot and roots, so it will allow the plant to become higher and higher. Alright, okay, that is referred to the apical meristem. Okay, again, there are two types of the meristematic tissue, apical and lateral. Okay, now we go to the cell growth. Okay, cell growth. Okay, why we are talking about the growth? Because meristematic tissue are responsible to the plant growth. Right, so we are talking now about the meristematic tissue. Okay, so for the plant, okay, there are in the cell growth of the plant. Yeah, so there are three. Not three. There are zone, right? Zone of cell growth. Yeah, zone of the cell growth. Okay, so tips of the shoots and the roots consist of three zones. Okay, why tips of the shoot and roots? Because at the tips of the shoot and root there are meristematic tissue, which are consist of the apical meristem tissue. So it can be divided into three zones. Okay, what are they? Zone of cell difference. Sorry, zone of cell division, zone of cell elongation, and zone of cell differentiation. Okay, the growth that happens in this zone is the primary growth for plant. Okay, so this is referred to the tips of the shoot. Ya, tips of the shoot, bahagian hujung pucuk. Okay, so in the apical meristem, apical meristem, in the apical meristem or in the meristem, these tips of the shoot can be divided into three zones. Okay, three zones. Okay, what are they? Zone of cell division here, okay, and zone of elongation here, and zone of differentiation here. And the rest one is permanent tissue. Okay, do you still remember what is a permanent tissue? It is a mature tissue that already undergo differentiation. Okay, so again, I repeat, the tips of the shoot and also the roots, alright, okay, consist of three zones. What are the zone? Zone of cell division here, and then zone of elongation and zone of differentiation. Okay, so all of these refer to the primary growth of the plant. Okay, so now we take a look on the okay, this is the structure of the okay, shoot tips, alright. Okay, so this is referred to the shoot apical meristem. Okay, the whole thing here is shoot. So this is referred to the shoot apical meristem. Apical meristem. That tissue located at the tips of the shoot. Alright, and here refer to the root. Yeah, this is referred to the root. So at the tips of the root, there is root apical meristem. Yeah, root apical meristem here. Okay, so this is referred to the root, right? Okay, now, so this is referred to the diagram of the zone of cell growth at the shoot tip and also the root tip. Okay, we take a look on the shoot first. So the the tips of the shoot consists of three zones. Consists of three zones. Okay, before that, you have to know where is the location of the shoot apical meristem at the tips. At the tips. So this is the location of the shoot apical meristem. So this part or this zone is referred to the zone of cell division, whereby the meristem tissue, the apical meristem tissue, actively dividing. Right? Okay. And then here refer to the zone of cell elongation, and this one refer to the zone of cell differentiation. And this part refer to the mature tissue or permanent tissue. So this is referred to the zone of cell growth at the shoot tip. Okay, whereby this one referred to the zone of cell growth at the root tip. So this is referred to the root. So at the tips of the root, there is a root cap. Okay, before the root apical meristem, there is a root cap. Root cap is just a protector. Protector when the root grow downwards toward the soil. All right. So it is a root cap. Yeah, root cap. It will protect the root apical meristem. So the root also can be divided into three zones. Yeah, zone of cell division here. Okay, zone of cell division. There is a location for the root apical meristem. Okay, and then the second one, zone of cell elongation here. And then the third one is zone of cell differentiation. Alright, okay. Now we take a look one by one. What happened at the zone of cell division? What happened at the zone of cell elongation? What happened at the zone of the cell differentiation? Okay, first one we go to the what happened during at the zone. Okay, at the zone of cell division. Okay, zone of cell division. Okay, again, this is the structure of the root tips. Okay, root tips. Okay, here it refers to the root cap. Okay, and then here the location of the apical meristem. So this part is zone of cell division. And here the zone for cell elongation, and here zone for cell differentiation. Right? Okay. So in zone of cell differentiation, zone of cell division. Okay, what happened? Okay, number one, cell division take place at apical meristem. Yeah, this is referred to the root tip. Yeah. So cell division. Okay, cell division take place at the apical meristem. Okay, so at the apical meristem, you have to know that cell actively dividing. Cell actively dividing by mitosis. Yeah, at the zone of cell division. Okay, number two, actively dividing meristem cell through mitosis. Okay, and then number three, so when it is actively dividing, it will increase the number of cells. Yeah, at the zone of cell division. Right, and then number four, it will cause the elongation of the plant stem or root. Right, so it will cause the root will become longer or elongate more. Yeah, elongate more downwards. Okay, if for the shoot, it will cause the stem or the shoot will higher, the plant become higher. Okay, because of the increase in the number of cell. Okay, that is what happened during zone of cell division. Okay, that you have to know. So a cell division takes place at the apical meristem. Number two, it is actively dividing meristem cells through mitosis. Number three, increase in the number of the cells, and it will cause elongation of the plant. Okay, last one, new cells will push the cell form previously to the zone of cell elongation. So the cell that is actively formed or actively dividing, yeah, so it will push up, yeah, push up to the zone of cell elongation. Okay, so that is referred to the zone of cell division. Now we go to the zone of cell elongation. Elongate, yeah, it will become elongate. It will expand, yeah, that whereby the cell expand. Okay, number one consists of cells that are increasing in size. Okay, so in zone of cell division, the cells are produced, or the cells are actively dividing and produce the new cell, and then that new cell will push the zone of cell elongation. And then what happened at the zone of cell elongation? That cell will increase in the size. Okay, that cell will increase in size. Okay, if you take a look in here, so this is referred to the basic cell. Yeah, basic cell or new cell that produce. When it go to the zone of cell elongation, this cell will increase in size. Yeah, okay, increase in size. Okay, then number two, how does it happen? Yeah, how does the elongation happen? Through water diffusion. Okay, water diffusion by osmosis and absorption of nutrients and store in the vacuole. Okay, what happened? All the water will be absorbed. Yeah, absorbed by osmosis, also the absorption of the nutrient, and all of this will be stored in the vacuole. Yeah, will store in the vacuole. Okay, So, okay, next we go to the number 3. So, this process we call as vacuolation. Okay, what does this mean by the vacuolation? Small vacuole will fuse. Okay, it will fuse to form a large vacuum. Yeah, so how does a small vacuole is produced? Because of the absorption of water just now. Yeah, when the water is absorbed by osmosis and stored in the vacuole, that vacuole is small vacuole. When in the step of the vacuolation, that small vacuole will fuse to form a large vacuole. Right? Okay. So that is a number 3, vacuolation. Small vacuoles fuse to form a large vacuole. Okay, number 4. So this one here, a small vacuole combine to form a large vacuole. This is vacuolation. Yeah. Number 4, the diffused water exerts pressure against the cell walls, which push, elongates, and widen the cell. Okay, so when there is a large vacuole form, so this large vacuole form will produce a pressure. Yeah, pressure. So the water that inside the large vacuole will produce a pressure. So that pressure will press the cell wall, okay, and will because the cell become elongate and also widens. Okay, that's how the cell become increase in size. Yeah, increase in size. Okay, so that is what happened during zone of cell elongation. Okay, then number 3, zone of cell differentiation. Okay, zone of cell differentiation. Okay, what happened at this stage? Okay, number 1 consists of differentiating cells that differentiate once. Yeah, they have reached their maximum size. Okay, so after the zone of cell elongation, the cell will reach the maximum size. So at this stage, what happened to the cell? This cell will go to the zone of cell differentiation, okay, whereby this cell will undergo differentiation. Okay, what does this mean by differentiation? Okay, do you still remember? I already talked about that in our first video, right? Okay, so what is a differentiation? It is referred to the process whereby the cell becomes specific, okay, becomes specific, and also undergo a specific function, yeah, have specific function, right? So this cell will focus to the specific function, yeah, all right. Then number 2, to form permanent tissue. Yeah, so at this stage, after differentiation, it will form the permanent tissue, okay, such as epidermis, cortex, xylem, and also flower. Right? Okay. Then number 3, at this stage, yeah, at this zone, the cell that already undergo differentiation, yeah, will change in shape, structure, and okay, to become what? To become specialized cell with specific function. Okay, now the cell becomes specialized. Okay, specialized for what? To carry out the specific function. Okay, number 4, example of the cell is epidermal cell. Okay, epidermal cell. So the epidermal cell of the plant cell, when it undergo differentiation, some of the epidermal cell will form the gut cell. Yeah, will form the gut cells. Okay, that is example of the differentiation, right? Okay, so now, okay, right, okay, so this is referred to the growth zone at the root tips, yeah, zone of cell division here, zone of elongation here, zone of differentiation here. Okay, make sure you can know what happened during the zone of cell division here. Okay, cell undergo mitosis. Okay, then number 2, cell elongate, cell undergo cell increase in the size, yeah, increase in size and population occur. And then number 3, zone of differentiation, whereby the cell become specialized cell and carry out specific function. Right? Okay. Alright, okay. So I think we will continue the types of the growth in our next video. Alright, okay. So girls, I hope you can understand. Yeah, you can understand what we had learned today. It is about what? It is about the meristematic tissue. Okay, meristematic tissue refer to the tissue that actively dividing through mitosis and still do not undergo differentiation. And then this tissue will are responsible for the growth of the plant. Okay, there are two types of the meristematic tissue, apical and also lateral. Make sure you know the location of the apical and also the lateral. Alright. Okay, and we also discuss about the cell growth. Okay, cell growth. There are three zones of the cell growth: zone of cell division, zone of cell elongation, zone of cell differentiation. Make sure you know what happened at these three zones. Okay, you can explain carefully what is happened during the zone of cell division, zone of cell elongation, and also zone of the cell differentiation. Okay, that's all for now, girls. Okay, so take care, everyone, and please do your exercise. Okay, jangan bertangguh-tangguh. Alright, okay, girls, take care, everyone.